Spring is officially here, and in today's video I want to create a bunch of new flower earrings for my shop. I've made a lot of flower earrings for my shop in the past, and you can shop all of the flower earrings I've previously made on my website. Normally when I make these types of videos I like to film the entire design process from start to finish. But I will admit that for today's earrings I have actually already started the design process. Designing the earrings is definitely the part that takes the longest, so I wanted to get the designing process out of the way so that I could show you the actual fun part, which is creating and assembling all of the earrings. I was scrolling on Pinterest and I came across this image. It really inspired me to make this entire flower collection. I got some round beads for the blueberries, tiny flower beads for the bottom of each one of the blueberries. These flowers are really pretty. They're so tiny. They're iridescent on one side, and on the other side they're like this shiny blue color. These little green droplets for the leaves on the stalk. And I also found these tiny little bellflower beads, which will be perfect for the flowers above the berries. I'm also going to be using some metal pins for this design. And for the blueberries, I'm going to be using a different type of pin. My tools. I have 2 pairs of pliers, a 1-step looper, and a pair of very old wire cutters. Let's start creating this pair of earrings. It took me a while to work out how I want the flowers to be. These are just a few of the many failed attempts, but I think that I've now finally perfected the design. Decided that I want to have a cluster of 3 flowers at the top, and this flower in the middle is going to have a little bit of a stalk. Some of these seed beads don't fit onto the wire, and some of them do. There we have it. This is going to be the final flower in the middle. So far I think it's looking really good, so I'm going to move on to creating the berries. It's literally the cutest little blueberry. It's time to start working on the stem. It took me a long time to work out how many beads I should add on each one of these little stem stalk things, but I have finally worked out the perfect amount of beads for each one of the stems. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that these turned out looking like the inspo pic. Personally, I don't think that they turned out looking exactly like the inspo pic, just because I ended up using a lot less flowers and a lot less berries to create this pair. I didn't want these earrings to look overcrowded, and I also didn't want them to be too heavy. I did try adding a fourth flower right here in the middle at the top, but it ended up looking really strange, so I took it out. And I think that these are really perfect for spring and summer. I love the little flowers and the little blueberries. Also, these little green droplets twist so they can be on either side of the stalk. After making 2 pairs of these earrings, I realized that a small change needed to be made. The change is very, very small and subtle, but if you do notice what is different, feel free to comment down below. But it's very subtle and I don't know if anyone will be able to see the difference. Now I'm finally happy with how it looks. For this next design, I want to create a pair of dangle earrings, and I think that I'm going to be making several pairs of dangle earrings in today's video just because I love them so much. I love the way that they look. Over here I have these really big red bellflower beads, and I also have them in this size and in this really small size as well. So I have the same bead in 3 different sizes. Also have these really cute green leaf beads. I'm going to make this next pair of earrings with gold stainless steel metal because I think that red goes really well with gold. This is the layout that I've come up with. I decided to start with the biggest size at the top and then slowly come down to the smallest size. I'm also going to add these green leaves and some gold chain. I wasn't sure what type of chain to use, but I decided to go for this chain size because it's wide enough so that these flowers can be hooked onto the chain, but at the same time it's not too wide to the point that it doesn't look dainty. So this is the chain that I'm going to be using. I think this pair of earrings is going to turn out to be one of my favorite pairs that I make today, just because this color is so vibrant and I don't think I have any red flower earrings in my shop. I'm going to go ahead and finish off these earrings and then I'll be back to show you the final result. I recently got these beads and they remind me of bleeding heart flowers, so I really want to make a design with these. I'm going to put a picture right here for you to see as well, but they have like this white droplet in between the flower. I'm going to be using these little pearl drops for the white part. I tried out this flower design with a bunch of different leaves. These are a few of the other leaves that I tried adding to see if it would look good. Tried adding this like purplish brown leaf, and then I tried adding this apricot brown leaf, this darker shade, this leaf, this one right here. I was thinking about maybe creating a pearly type of dangle earring, but I didn't end up liking any of these leaves and I ended up going right back to this leaf color, which is the leaf color that I normally reach for. This leaf has been my go-to leaf in a lot of my recent designs. So this is the leaf that I'm going to be using for the bleeding heart earrings. Again, I've run out of eye pins, so I'm just going to have to cut the balls off of these pins. And then I'm going to take my looper tool and I'm going to create an eye pin. This is how they look, and now it's time to add the little white pearl droplet. This is the thinnest gold chain that I could find. It's slightly thinner than the gold chain that I used to create the previous earring design. And I think it's going to make this pair of earrings look super dainty. So the idea is to add the gold chain right here, and then I'm going to add the leaves at the top. It's time to put everything together. Look how cute that already looks with just the chain. And there we have the first earring for this pair. That is so cute. Okay, I did the leaf on this side, so yeah, I'm gonna do the leaves on opposite directions so that when you wear them, the leaves will be on the outside and they won't be brushing against your jaw. I really love them. I think they turned out so pretty. I have been trying to make the perfect pair of hydrangea earrings for the past few days, and honestly, I haven't been very successful. This is what I made yesterday. It looks okay from this side. If you turn it around, you can see all of these pieces of wire, and it just is not perfect. I'm finding it really difficult to make a circle using these tiny flower beads. And I think that if these flower beads were bigger, it would be easy to make a circle. The more flowers I add, the longer it becomes and the less circular it becomes as well. I think I could make a perfect circle for the hydrangeas if I made like a tiny little crochet ball and then attached all of the flowers onto the crochet ball. But I don't know if I want to do it today. Maybe I'll do it another day, but for today, we just have this veil. It could actually be cute as a necklace, but this back, it just looks so bad. I'm gonna have to show you what this looks like up close. Because the hydrangea earring idea did not work out, I'm brainstorming another idea. I want to create a pair of, like another pair of dangle earrings. I feel like you can never have too many pairs of dangle earrings. Let me show you the beads I'm planning to use for this design. These are the flower beads I'm planning to use. I think that they are so pretty. They're blue and they have some orange areas. Thinking what other kinds of beads I could use with these little flowers. And oh, what a mess. How did that happen? I must have knocked the box. Oops. Decided to use these really tiny pearls. I also have like bigger pearls, but I think the smaller ones are going to be better for this design. If I use the finished chain that I have, the wire that I use for these beads is going to be too thick to fit through the thin chain. I decided to use some rings to connect the chain and the beads. You'll see what I mean. I wasn't sure if I liked that idea, but made a little test pair of these earrings and it turned out looking great. I'm going to show you how I make these earrings. The first little flower has just been completed. There are quite a lot of little flowers, so this is going to be a very repetitive process, but it is going to look so pretty. I'm also going to do this for two of the pearls. These little flower beads are made of glass. These pearls are also made of glass, and the metal that I'm using is stainless steel. So this is a very good quality pair of earrings. I like to go in with a pair of pliers as well to make sure that all of the loops are really secure, like this. And that way I can ensure that these earrings will definitely not be falling apart. It just makes everything secure when I go back in with my pliers. Now that all of the beads have been looped, I'm going to cut some of this really thin chain. I'm just going to lay out the beads and figure out how I want them to look on this pair of earrings. I've already kind of decided what I want it to look like. I think I want to start with 3 flower beads and then go down to 1 flower bead. And then I'm going to end everything with some pearls. This is the finished pair of flower dangle earrings. They turned out so pretty. Just realized that I haven't made a pair of earrings with charms in this entire video. So I think I need to make at least 1 pair of earrings that have charms in them. I'm going to use some moon and flower charms that I recently got, and I'm going to make a pair of vintage inspired earrings. I don't remember ordering these beads, but they have a very vintage look to them. Maybe I don't remember ordering these because they looked different in the product photo. Sometimes that can happen. But either way, I think that they'll make a really cute pair of earrings. These are all of the beads. We have some pearls, some flowers, and the moon charms. I've spent the past few minutes thinking about what type of design I want to make with these beads. And again, I think I'm going back to the dangle earrings. The little pearls are going at the top, then these gold flowers. Next, I'm going to add this vintage looking bell flower bead, some gold chain, and at the bottom, there's going to be this moon charm. I was thinking about doing it like this and then not adding chain, but I'm kind of leaning more towards this chain look. This is the completed pair of the vintage inspired earrings. I don't know if I like these or not. This is the first pair that I'm very unsure about. I feel like you would have to wear like a certain type of outfit in order for these to match well. Like with the other earrings that I've made in this video, they really go with anything and everything, but these, they're very elegant, but they're definitely not everybody's style. Let me know what you think about these earrings in the comment section down below. I've been wanting to make a pair of forget-me-not earrings for the longest time, and I finally got my hands on these really tiny little flower beads, and I think that they would be perfect for this design. I've been going back and forth trying to decide which droplet I want to use. When the earring is being worn, I feel like it will be a bit more difficult to see the water droplet, whereas the green droplet is very dark and you can't miss it. So I'm going to go with the green droplet. Let's get started with making the flowers. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to bend this wire. And the reason why it's so difficult is because the flowers are so small. And then after I've bent it upwards, I need to twist this the other way. And I have to do this while at the same time trying not to break the flower bead. It leaves a really deep mark in my finger. But I think it's worth it because I really wanted to make a pair of forget-me-not earrings. The flowers are finally done. The next decision I need to make is whether I should use the earring hook or the ball post. I'm just gonna put a few flowers on each so that I can kind of see. I think this earring hook is more for like dangle earrings or big earrings, and in my opinion the ball post is better for small earrings. Of course there are no rules when it comes to designing, but I think I like this one better. It's now time to add the chain. The chain that I'm using is stainless steel. These are the options I currently have. I can either make the forget-me-not earring with a longer chain, or I can make it with a slightly shorter chain. And I don't even know if you can see that the difference is so subtle, but this green droplet is closer to the flowers and this one is a little bit longer, and you can kind of see a tiny bit of chain. I'm leaning more towards the shorter version because I feel like I've made a lot of dangle earrings today and I feel like we need some variety. But they're both really pretty and the difference is so subtle. But I'm really loving these earrings. They are very cute and they are perfect for somebody who does not like wearing heavy earrings because they're so small you can't even feel them. Definitely going to make this version because I like it a little bit more than the dangle version. I'm going to just cut the tiny bit of chain off of this one so that it matches this earring. And then this is going to be the last pair of earrings of the day. And now it's time to add the flowers. In the beginning, I really wasn't sure if I should add 3 or 4 flowers, but I really do think that that 4th flower is essential for this design because without it, you can see all of the metal. I just added the 4th flower and look how cute this is. These are all of the flower earrings in this collection. Please feel free to comment down below and let me know which pair of earrings is your favorite. If you want to shop any of these new designs, they will be uploaded by the time that you see this video, so please make sure to go check them out. I will be making a lot more of these design process videos in the future, so you do not want to miss out on any of these new videos. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of these new videos. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week.